we change the way we look at recording practice performance.
Right.
Historically, Naren, we follow the calendar system. We follow the 12-month calendar system. Well, I'm going to suggest that we still follow the idea of 12 time periods, but I'm going to suggest rather than having the randomness, what do many dentists subconsciously say in their head when they go into February? Now, February is what?
I mean,
a short month.
Short month, yeah, 28 days. And plus, it's a cold month, right? So depending on where you are, that's kind of what I remember.
Well, they may think I'm going to lose some snow days or, different things. But
Yes.
Many dentists subconsciously go into the month of February, kind of throwing in the towel. Well, it's a short month. We'll see what we can do with it. So what I'm going to suggest you do may sound radical, but when you think about it, I want you to really think about this, and I want you to consider putting this into action. I want you to consider measuring practice performance in 12 equal time periods. Equal meaning number of work days in that time period. 12 equal time periods. So that way you never have a short month. They're all the same. We're still going to roughly follow the calendar, but there may be a little bit of variance to that because the second month may extend a little bit into March, but we can extend the second month into March because March is a long month, right? So we can extend that. So what I'm going to suggest you do is you start thinking about your year differently. Instead of thinking of it like the calendar, I want you to think of it as 12 equal number of work days in each month.
Right. So let me clarify this. So let's say there is, I take 6 weeks off, and then 1 week is 2 weeks is holidays. Let's say Christmas, etc. I'm just making my math easy, right?
Well, let's think about what it might impact your year.
Yes.
The number of vacation weeks you take. And by the way, doctors, I would like to suggest that I'd like you to take at least 6 pure vacation weeks. Those wouldn't be CE weeks. And you know what? If you're traditionally taking 2, well, maybe you don't go from 2 to 6. Maybe you go from 2 to 4, and then you go from 4 to 6. Think about it. You can get there stepwise.
Right.
But ideally, I'd like you to take it and think, how would your life be different if you had 6 pure vacation weeks a year? How would that be? And maybe, there's many doctors that have never taken more than a single week at a time off. Now, if you're planning an international trip, I'm telling you, that week that you take off is going to be very difficult because of the travel on either end. You're going to need a vacation from the vacation if you're taking a 1-week trip to Europe. So think about this. You're going to have the number of vacation weeks that you have. Now, most CE time, generally you can find ways to take your CE on the weekends, Friday and Saturday. Now, if you're taking the continuum type CE, like we do at Pankey or at Spear or at Coyce, those are often week long, and that might represent another week that you're taking off for CE. So that might be another week, depending on, the way you're handling your CE. And then holidays. We've counted out the holidays, and depending on which ones you recognize and which ones you choose not to recognize, then there's typically 7 to 10 days of holidays. So let's say you start doing the math on that, Naren, and let's say hypothetically, you're taking 6 weeks off, so 52 weeks minus 6. We're at 46 weeks now. And let's say you're in the CE cycle where you can take your CE on the weekends, so you don't have to take a week off for CE. But let's say you've got another 7 days of holidays that you're taking off, like 4th of July, like Thanksgiving, like the Friday Thanksgiving, those days. And let's say that number is 7. I'm just picking a number that might represent an accurate number for many dentists. Then let's do the math. Well, we've got 46 weeks. And let's say hypothetically that you're working 4 days a week. So we take 46 and multiply by 4. And that gives us 184 work days for the year, but I didn't include the holidays yet. So now I subtract the holidays, and let's say for my example, it's 7, and we get to 177 work days for the year. Now you divide that up into 12 equal time periods, 12 equal time periods, so that there is no bad month where we throw in the towel. Does that make sense, Darren?
Yeah. So just kind of keep going a step further. So let's round it up, 180 days divided by 12, that's 15 days in a work period. And now the times you're off, let's say you're going on a break for 2 weeks. So you need 15 work days plus the days you're off to make that period, correct?
Correct. Yeah, because we're measuring practice performance in 12 equal time periods.
12
12
equal working days, not
equal work days.
Equal work
days.
Yes.
So that's where the month may go a little bit
Shorter or longer.
afield from the normal construct of, a 30 or 31 or 28 day month.
Right. If one of those time off weeks is Christmas, right? The whole week of Christmas, then hey, your December might be a tiny bit longer because you're going to allocate that time off.
Well, but because we're doing it in a year, it means that we're going to work it backwards.
Yes,
so maybe your year ends up on December 23rd.
Right.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah. Because we're still sticking to the year. The year has to still be recognized as the end of the year. So if you're taking that last week off, then maybe your year ends on December 22nd, December 23rd, however you're doing that.
Right.
Yeah. But now this takes advanced planning because you got to be ahead of time thinking about it. You have to think about how you're going to spend your vacation time. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? And maybe it's, I think many people enjoy taking vacation time, at home, and getting a chance to reconnect with the kids and spouse. So anyway, this is a whole different way of thinking. Because now we could put a bonus system in place, a collection bonus system that says if the practice collects above this number or above, then
in that period,
bonus in place,
right?
In that period, and nobody will throw the towel in because this month's never going to make it because it's a short month. We're basing it on the time period, the equal time periods. This can be a very cool way of creating team member engagement. So even good practices can have times where team members disengage. And now they're going to create a consistent series of engagement because they don't have the excuse of, it's a short month. And as a result, they're not also another possible byproduct is they don't begrudge the doctor taking time off.
Sure.
Because it doesn't affect them. Now, it literally doesn't affect them.